Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Shoney's Tuesday night racing series here on iRacing. Looking forward to some great super speedway action here at Daytona International Speedway. My name's Josh Hall. We want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Of course, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick, we do appreciate you joining us as we get ready for some awesome super speedway racing, which we're going to see live at Daytona in 2 weeks in real life. So it's going to be exciting to see. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. We see Jonathan Jennings, 2 races, 2 wins, currently at the top of the leaderboard. Chad Waller sits back in second. Justin McMahon back in third. Chris Leftwich, Mike Hayes. Round out your top 5. You can see where your favorite drivers are on the points. I'll take a minute while we get that all loaded up and get ready, as qualifying will be getting underway in just a couple moments. Now, here at Daytona, it doesn't matter who's the fastest single car run. It's all about who you have for friends, who's going to work with you, and who's going to help you out. Because super speedway racing is all about being able to work together to get the job done. Really, Mark Dumont, the fastest out there. You're out there with Tyler Millette and Gary O'Neill. See Jonathan Jennings up on the high side. He's got the field coming by. Latch onto this little group here. Just get going forward. But again, that's all what we're going to see here as these drivers are going to be working together. We get ready for qualifying here in just a moment. Of course, I want to thank our great partner, the sponsor of the race. This is Drake's Garage 110. You can check out Drake's Garage on YouTube. Drake's Garage does customization, welding, auto repair, building projects, custom fabrication, mini trucks, and much, much more. So you can check all that out. There is a link down below in the description. Looks like qualifying is about to get underway. I am going to change the screen here for just a moment, as I do want to check settings on my screen. And I'm sure you guys don't want to look at these ugly screens here as we check something out here. My graphics seem to be a little bit off right now, so I want to get that back for you guys. I do apologize for the ugly screen. The record rewind for a second while we get this straightened out. Drake's Garage says, go get him, Kevin Brown. Our first driver out on the racetrack, getting their qualifying underway. This is Tyler Millette in the 94. And of course, these cars are restricted. What that means is there's a restrictor plate which goes over the air intake for the throttle body, which makes them need to wind up. It slows the cars down, reduces the horsepower. If these cars were not restricted, they would be doing 212 miles an hour, 215 miles an hour easily. And, in a moment, we're actually going to, as soon as we get qualifying underway here, we're going to actually back out and restart the sim because it looks like there's something choppy here. Actually, while qualifying is going on underway, we're actually going to step away for a moment and get this rebooted. I do apologize. We'll be right back with you. Wasn't too much of a break in the action as we are right back. We have qualifying continuing. We still got about a minute, 45 minutes left of qualifying. So Tyler Millett currently up at the top of the leaderboard. Mike Leftwich in the 60 machine. He's going to currently be second place as Steve Gerber's gone up to the top of the leaderboard. See if we see who else is just making their way out onto the racetrack. We see here's Baker Knapp. You'll see a lot of these drivers here on their opening lap will be right up against the wall. And when they get out on track, they'll be right down on the apron. Get the shortest way around the racetrack. Gary Kloon on the racetrack now. He just took the white flag on his qualifying attempt. Again, trying to stay right down on that double yellow line, which is out of bounds. So just like on your street, you see a double yellow line there, you cannot cross that, and that's exactly what these guys cannot do. They can go down there on qualifying if they'd like, especially down through the trial where we might see a couple of drivers in qualifying dip down underneath, although it looks like qualifying has concluded, so we'll get ready to take a look at our starting grid. But in the race, you cannot go down below that double yellow line. Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight. And starting on pole will be the 66 of Chad Waller. Justin McMahon's going to roll off from the second position. Then we see Steve Gerber and Mike Leftwich back in row number 2. Tyler Millett and Michael Dow will roll off in row number 3. Mike Hayes in 7th with Chris Leftwich rolling off from the 8th position. And Jamie Horn and Jonathan Jennings round out your top 10. 11th will be Gary Amio with Eddie Rivers rolling off from the 12th spot. There we go. 13th will be Kevin Brown with Bill Gentry rolling off 14th. Richard Leclerc and Stephen Bonomo make up row number 8. Then John Smith and Daniel Wilkerson in row number 9. Mark Dumont and Baker Knapp back in row number 10. Gary Kloon will roll off from the 21st position with Orlando Harrell back in 22nd. Jeffrey Engel and Andrew Lucas make up 23rd and 24th. Ty Shoney and Jason Palmer back in 25th and 26th. Lucas Edwards rolls off 27th. Chuck Cobb back in 28th. Adam Green 29th. Jason Miz 30th. And Gary Maydew way back in the 31st position. So 31 cars getting ready to do battle here on the high banks at Daytona. And it is going to be an exciting one for sure. Of course, don't forget to check out our great race sponsor. That's Drake's Garage. There's a link down below in the description. Drake's Garage does customization, welding, auto repair, building projects, custom fabrication, mini trucks, and more. So you can check all that out down at the link below. Of course, the Doghouse Racing League is also brought to you by Shoney's. Shoney's is proud to sponsor the Doghouse Racing League. They're open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Doghouse Racing League is also partnered with Fanatics. They are an affiliate of Fanatics. They earn commissions when you purchase through the link. Their commissions help fund the league, so you can check out Fanatics down at the link below. Of course, you can also check out the Doghouse Racing League's webpage for schedules, points, standings, as well as all their merch over at the Doghouse Racing League, or doghouseracingleague.com. Again, all the links are down below in the description. Of course, you can also check out our great partners, including the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products that uses field low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure it's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, Doghouse Racing League would like to thank all their great supporters, including Shoney's Group 6, Simpson Design Shop, and again, Fanatics. So it's going to do it to talk about all of our great partners. Of course, we have partners here at Tennessee as well. Besides Butt Kicker, we have our website, IntensityRacing.com, as well as Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and set needs. But we are going green as Chad Waller leads them down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Daytona. As the cars get up to speed, we'll be reaching 190 miles an hour, not 200 miles. You might see a couple get close to 200 miles an hour in the draft, especially towards the back. But right now, Chad Waller using that low lane, trying to get something going, trying to keep his friends behind him as they come off of turn number 2 for the first time. Justin McMahon's getting a good push here from the 60 of Mike Leftwich as they come down the backstretch towards turn number 3 for the first time. And 44 laps. That's not a lot of time here at Daytona. There will be a pit stop. 24 laps on fuel. Tires aren't going to be as much of an issue, so we're not going to worry about the tires too much. It's going to be all about who can get on and off pit road, who's got the friends to help them out, and who's going to be able to get in with a pack, because you can't pit alone. Pitting alone here, you're going to lose a ton of... There's one car, as we saw in qualifying, speeds up to the race speeds are going to be at least 3 to 4 seconds a lap quicker. As you see, it's door-to-door, side-to-side. About 15 rows deep as the entire field is still side-by-side. Justin McMahon trying to use a little bit of a side draft to pull alongside Chad Waller. And if you're new to Super Speedway racing, this is a little bit different than the normal racing you're going to see. Again, these drivers need the help of others. I'm going to be using some words here tonight. You might hear like the side draft, momentum, the energy, where the energy is coming from. Well, the energy, that's going to be the line that's got the most cars packed up together tightly. And that's where the right now. You see Steve Gerber right on the back bumper. 24 of Justin Tyler Millette right there on the back bumper. That's where that bottom lane was starting to roll. But now we see Mike Leftwich right there on the back bumper, giving a shove to Justin McMahon down into turn number 3. And now that momentum and that energy has moved to the top. But as that top lane spreads out, you see that big gap between the 60 and the 50 there. That's going to allow that bottom lane to get that momentum and that energy back and start rolling that bottom side, which is exactly what we're seeing right here, although Justin McMahon tries to pull a little bit of a side draft. Like a boat going through water. And as the wake comes off the cars, you can actually take the spoiler of the car next to you by getting right up alongside. And that's what Justin McMahon was trying to do. Because that top lane is not as organized as that bottom lane. As they come down the backstretch to work lap number 4. You're going to see Steve Gerber right there on the back bumper, giving the good shove to Chad Waller as they come through turns 3 and 4. Now, Justin McMahon trying to get a little bit of momentum out there, but he's going to lose that momentum off the corner. It's going to be like a parachute that's going to pull him back. And now he's going to have some help as he's take that back as Mike Leftwich was able to get to that back bumper. They're going to be even coming across the stripe. Laps to go. The other thing about the Super Speedway, especially the front 2 cars, you're really not in a safe zone. Because these cars are so packed together, there's so many cars tightly in a line. One little bump, these cars are really out of shape and out of control as they are right now. One bump in the wrong place, you could end up taking out the entire field. any damage that these drivers would get, they'd either have to try to get fixed up or they'd be out of the race. And typically here at a super speedway, once you touch the wall, you're pretty much done, because these cars are very aerodynamic sensitive, especially here at the high speeds. We're seeing a lot of these cars right now as they make it through the high banks of turns 1 and 2. Justin Van just barely able to inch ahead, but you see Leftwich, it's Mike Leftwich, kind of falls off the back bumper a little bit, and that gives that so it's just so hard to complete a pass here, but you've got to do it with a friend. You need somebody there with you in order to do it. These drivers are circulating 2.5 miles in just under 48 seconds. Daytona International. Banging in the corner, 30. That's why they're able to hold those speeds. Turn number 2 and down the backstretch again. Now we're starting to see a little bit of movement out of these vehicles. Again, I said tire wear isn't going to be as much of an issue as it would at a track like Texas or Charlotte, or even some of the other mile-and-a-half tracks. Doesn't mean those tires aren't going to start heating up a little bit. These drivers are going to start wiggling, moving all around. You have one driver, that looks like Lucas Edwards. Oh, a couple drivers lost a draft here. Lucas Edwards, Chuck Cobb, they have lost the draft completely. Jason Palmer is the last car in the draft, but Jamie Horn, and he is falling off of the back, and you can see the difference in speed between these two drivers here in the pack and out of the pack. Right now, Jamie Horn, his top speed right now is about 192 miles an hour. Jason Palmer's about 195 miles an hour. So they're in a world of trouble as we see that bottom lane now pulling ahead, as now we see Tyler Millette jumping up to the high side. He's going to try to leave that high lane, see if he can get some back bumper, give it a shove to the 94. I say give it a shove, he's going to be right there on the back bumper. He's going to be pushing as hard as he can. The other thing to watch out for is you see that grill down on the bottom. That's the only inlet of air that these drivers have that goes into the car. So when you're tucked up underneath another car, like you see the Candy over right now and giving that shove, that doesn't allow any air to get to the motor. It's really easy to overheat your vehicle if you're not careful. Off of turn number 4, Chad Waller continues the lead. He's led pretty much every lap since the drop of the green flag. Lead away. Oh, one car way out of shape. Wow, what a save. That was the 7 of Gary Mio. A little bit. He was able to hold on to it, but man, that is really, you see the field starting to spread out just a little bit because of that. See if I can find where that happened here as the field comes off of turn number 4. And almost made some 3-wide racing as the field comes across. Number 11. So much movement throughout the pack. Tyler Millette now dives down to the bottom. He's put Mike Leftwich down there with him. Let's go leave Just McMahon back up on the high side. Hoping that he can get Michael Dow to his back bumper, try to get something going up on that high side again. Drivers starting to make their way through the field. That is the, well, it says 103 on I believe it's the car on the racetrack is the 777. Looking to make another spot here as he goes up to the high side. Now he's going to dip down, back down to the low side. He's got the 14 of Jeffrey. Back up front, Justin McMahon trying to get something going up on that high side, trying to get some friends gathered up there. Looks like they got a on that high side right now. They might be able to get something going. See McMahon come off the corner, get away from those cars on the inside. Talked about that side draft. Well, that can work for you or that can work against you. So he's trying to get away from Millette to avoid that wake of air in that side draft. Looks like that's working for him currently as he's starting to make his way back up towards the front. They come across the stripe next time, they'll have just and we should start to see driver. Ooh, yeah, peeking out 3 wide. It looks like it's like Chris Leftwich up on the high side trying to make it 3 as they go down into turn number 3, and he's all alone up there on the tucked back in behind Michael Dow. Didn't have anybody go up there with him. And we all know Daytona, you can run 3 wide. It's Talladega, where you can run 3, 4, sometimes even 5 wide at Talladega. It looks like this time Justin McMahon's got the shove to the front. He's trying to bring Michael Dow with him. They're going to clear Tyler Millette. No, Millette's going to keep ahead of Dow, but McMahon is going to dive down to the bottom. Up the lap number 16. We talked about Jamie Horn earlier, but because of that big checkup with the 7 of Amio, it slowed everybody down in the back. It's allowed him to catch the field. So you still have these two though, Chuck Cobb and Lucas Edwards, currently running all by themselves, and they give you an idea of the speed difference. Your leader, Justin McMahon, right now leading this thing, just ran a 40. And those group back there running by themselves ran a 48.50. So really you need 3 or 4 cars working together to get something going or to keep up with the pack. Running side by side is definitely going to be slower. Someone in a big pack like this running side by side. McMahon now getting a shove from Millette. And those drivers that are pushing, they got to be a little bit careful. They don't want to push too far to the left or too far to the right as Millette gets real loose there, down on the apron, able to gather it up. That is not a fun predicament to be in. Sometimes once you hit that apron, that car just wants to shoot around. You're pretty much just holding on. There's not much you can do. As Michael Dow gets the shove from Chris Leftwich, and he's going to take over the lead of the race. What you be careful of is the guy that's pushing in front of you. That really upsets that middle car, and if you want to see a big one, that's exactly what would cause it, is somebody pushing on the pusher. Justin Van continues to push Michael Dow out in front after Dow pushed him to return the favor by keeping that 50 out in front. To come across the stripe this time, we'll have just 27 laps to go. Now, if I remember correctly, a fuel run is about 23 to 25 laps. So we should see in the next 5 laps. There's 2 ways to run this race. You can run it backwards and pit as soon as the window opens, or you can stay out there, run as hard as you can until you run out of fuel. I know my strategy is always to pit as soon as possible. That way you can get lined up 4 or 5 drivers and just pull on the pack. Because if you get 5 drivers in a straight line all tucked in together, you don't have to worry about anybody to your outside. You can just fly. You can pick down some laps and you can gap the field. Or you can stay out there until the fuel runs out. And come down until it's done. The is exactly that. You don't have to worry about losing the pack. You're not going to lose the draft. As Christian Lethwich now looks like he's going to take over the lead of this race. Almost cleared Michael Dow, but just not quite able to. So that's the advantage of running it out in a small group coming down pit road early is again, you can run faster laps when you got 5 or 6 cars just lined up in the line. Going through the grass. They're all going to the grass there. That was Mike Leftwich getting shoved down through the grass. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But that's one of the reasons why you may want to come down pit road early. We see the 15. That's Eddie Rivers. Kind of came down the track a little bit, came down into Mike Leftwich, and man, look at the great job. Him and the field did, all just scattering, getting out of each other's way, and able to get back onto the racing surface without causing an incident. And that's a great reason why as soon as your window opens, because if you can get out of the pack, there's a chance of causing a big wreck. We did see one driver come down pit road. That was the 103 of Adam Green. Coming down pit road by himself. But that means we might start to see some drivers making their way down onto pit road. Field comes off of turn number 4. We'll see if everybody dives down on the field. Is going to pass by pit road at least one more lap. Michael Dow continues to lead on the low side, but Chris Leftwich trying to get something done up on that high side. With a big shove there from the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Last week, Jennings says that this type of racing to him, he doesn't. And it really is. Anybody can win a super speedway race. Some people do it a little bit better than others. I look at super speedway racers playing chess at 200 miles an hour because you can't just look at the move that you're going to make, but you sometimes have to think 2 or 3, 4 moves ahead of time. See if anybody makes their way down the pit road this time. No, we're going to see the field continue to circulate the track. As we have just 21 laps to go. So laps clicking away quickly here at Daytona. We've stayed green since the drop of the green flag. Fortunately here at Daytona, It's another place where cautions can breed cautions, especially as we see Chris Lethbridge dive down to the bottom. He's going to take the lead. Oh, we got one around in the back. Tyler Millette down on the apron trying to hold on to it. Eddie Rivers is around as well. We stay green. What a save by both Rivers and Millette. Oh, now we've got some more issues here as and one car up into the outside wall. That was Gary Clune. Kind of stacked up the outside lane, and really that's just spread the field out completely. And you can see just how spread out that field is now. And Jonathan Jennings and Justin McMahon work off of turn number 3, or turn number 4. Looks like everybody's going to stay. See what happened to Millette here. Actually, this started just a little bit before this, and it looks like sorry for the pause here, trying to find Millette on my scoring pylon here. The 94 of Millette. Yeah, this happens right here in front. Oh, some contact there. It looked like some contact between the 4. Sent Eddie Rivers down the track and into Millette. Man, what a save. What a great job. That's at almost 190 miles an hour that he is able to make that save. Kind of tucked back in the second group. And this is exactly what I was talking about. 5 or 6 cars deep. These drivers right here in the second group, led by Mark Dumont, actually running faster than the leaders by a half a second. So while Jonathan Jennings is out here, we've got this big pack kind of running right now. This second pack is gaining on him and gaining on him quickly. Won't be long until this has come back up to the pack and looks at one big pack yet again. Jonathan Jennings to the lead. With Justin Wynn giving him the shove, and he's at the 4 of Bill Gentry trying to get into Tyler Millette there, or sorry, Eddie Rivers, and caused that incident with Millette. Did a job, able to stay green. And let's take a look over at the chat here. Greg Sparage says, good job, Kevin 33. Good save, Kevin. Let's go, Ingle 14. And Justin Slayer says, awesome save. Tyler is, yeah, it was an incredible save. And I can tell you, as someone who's done a lot of super speedway racing on this service, that is not an easy save to make. About some lap traffic, slide on by. That's always a hairy situation, having that lap traffic, because you can see the difference in speed between the field and the lap car. That really shows how much faster this pack is going as Bill Gentry gets pushed out to the lead off of the front bumper of Steven Bonomo. Chad Waller kind of hanging back there up on that high side in 3rd. See if anybody comes down pit road this time. No, it looks like we are going to stay racing. Just 15 laps to go. Side by side. Jennings, Bill Gentry trying to get something done. Number 2. That bottom lane right now is all stacked up on the bottom. More cars on the bottom lane usually means more energy, and you're seeing that right now as Jonathan Jennings is starting to pull on Gentry just a little bit as they go down into turn number 3. You're seeing these drivers really starting to wiggle right now, and that is due to the hot tires. in the hot racing surface. Track temperature is 95 degrees. It's making things a little bit slippery. Especially as the race goes on. Remember how the pack was all separated just a few laps ago? We saw about 7 or 8 different packs out there. Now our top 19, actually take that back, our top 22 are all back together, nose to tail. Just a few drivers who have lost the pack, including the 7 of Gary O'Neill, all by himself. Kevin Brown back in 24th, running that Drake's Garage machine. Unfortunately, has lost the pack, but he's got some help coming, but that doesn't mean anything because we have plenty of time left. We've seen a couple of almost big ones already. Those drivers back there, Kevin Brown, Eddie Rivers, Lucas Edwards, Chuck Cobb, they could be in a very good position if we were to see a huge wreck here tonight, which, again, with Super Speedway Racing is very side. Jonathan Jennings, Bill Gentry, Justin Stephen Bonomo still trying to shove that 4 of Gentry to the front, and you see that that 9 of Bonomo got a little out of shape, wasn't pushing straight on the back bumper, and that is usually what causes the big one. You want to be square up on that back bumper the best you can when you try to give a push. If not, it's really easy to push that car around. Thing to watch for is anybody in the back. You can easily get 4 or 5 cars from the back lined up, jump up to that high lane, and try to pass the entire field. And I would be surprised to see something like that. Some of the faster drivers who've been up front, some of the Super Speedway guys, Super Speedways. Wouldn't be surprised to see somebody like Tyler Millette, Steve Gerber get hooked up on that high side. They are nose to tail right now. Get hooked up on that 3rd lane and get to the front. 22 of Mike Hayes, you can also see him jump up there as well. As now Jonathan Jennings takes the lead handily now as Bill Gentry is falling back just a little bit. And I wonder if we're going to start seeing down to that bottom lane as we have 10 laps to go. Because I believe we still have to make a pit stop. Starting to see the intensity wrap up. You're starting to see drivers moving around a little bit more, a little more side drafting, a little more pushing. Couple drivers, again, I'd be looking out for Tyler Millette, Steve Gerber, Chris Lethwich. He's always good at these Super Speedway races. He's good at finding a hole to get up towards the front. Just come from? Where's that run going to come from? Who's going to be the first driver to pull out of line and make a bit of a wild move, try to get themselves up to the front and get a race win here tonight? You see one car, that blue car back there, I believe. 421 of Orlando Harrell. So he's trying to get something going up on that high side. There we go. You see the 20. Jump up to the high side, make an aggressive move to get up there. See if he tries to make a move up there. Anybody goes with him. Shots around the Daytona. As we come to just 7 laps to go. Bruno now up to the high side is Jennings. Bruno is going to tuck down Bill Gentry as well. You see Chad Waller up there on the high side. He's been strong all night long. Fortunately, right now, nobody helping him out. He's going to lose a ton of momentum. Although, again, we could be seeing drivers just kind of setting themselves up to make a dive down on the pit road here. Looks like I might have been wrong on the pit strategy here. It looks like these drivers will make it the whole way on the field. I still don't feel like you can go 44 laps on a tank of fuel. So the driver's starting to make a few moves here. Some wiggling around as Bill Gentry takes the lead. He is out in front. He's starting to gap the field a little bit. And here they come down pit road. I knew they'd be coming. Gentry, Bonomo, Justin McMahon all down on pit road. People make it the whole way on fuel. That's going to put Chad Waller up front. Sits back in second and Ty Shoney. Now I imagine we should see more drivers coming down pit road this time. The important part is being able to get off pit road together, and you see how spread out these 4 drivers are right now. And that is not going to help them. The field rockets off the turf. Do we have any more takers for pit road? We do. See Chad Waller, Ty Schoening, Mike Dow, Gary Clune all coming down pit road. Let's put Mike Hayes out in front with just 4 laps to go. Boys that are out in front right now, caution could save them tremendously. We should start to see more drivers making their way down pit road this time. Unless they feel like they might have saved enough fuel riding in the back. That's another thing. Ride in the back. Run about half throttle to 3/4 throttle and save some fuel. It looks like Orlando Harrell. To the high side, he's got some help from behind in the form of John Smith in the 99. Mike Hayes leads him off of turn number 4. You see the lap traffic down on the low side. Going to stay down on the low side, and we're going to have just 2 laps to go to settle it here at Daytona. It is what is quickly becoming a fuel mileage race. drivers like Michael Hayes and the 241 of Orlando Harrell, who's coming to take the lead right here. They're burning a whole lot more fuel. Here comes Chris Leftwich up the middle. Up the middle by himself. Here comes the 99 of John Smith coming to his back bumper. As we are coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go, and Chris Leftwich takes over the lead. Just 2.5 miles left to go. Do they have enough fuel to make it 2.5 more miles? That's the question. Wrecking behind, one up and over on its side. There will be no caution. Right now, Chris Leftwich is a bit of a sitting duck as he is John Smith now. Taking a look up to the high side. Does he have any help? Mike Hayes giving the shove. Is Hayes going to make a move up to the high side? Leftwich throws the block. Here comes the 77 of Andrew Lucas down on the low side with a run off of turn number 4. Coming to the stripe, Chris Leftwich on the bottom. Mike Hayes up on top. Hayes is going to take the lead. Down across stripe. They get turned. Hayes is going to win it. John Smith comes home in second, and chaos ensues behind. And Richard Leclerc out of nowhere brings it home in third. But your winner here tonight is the 22 of Mike Hayes. Let's see if we can rewind this one too, because after the white flag came out, there was a big wreck in the back. I think Tyler Millette was involved in that one. Yeah, we see it right here. So let's take a look at this incident here before we take a look at the race-winning moves. But yeah, you see Millette tries to force in there 3 wide, kind of last-ditch effort there. Makes contact with the 114. 114 of, that is Mark Dumont up and over on his side. He was still able to bring that car home in the top 20. And man, what a race here. But as we see Mike Hayes in the 22 coming down on pit road, and he's going to celebrate his victory here. And let's take a look at our results. That is not our results in order there. There we go. Mike Hayes getting the win. John Smith comes home second. Richard Leclerc, your top 3. Jamie Horn and Steve Gerber round out the top 5. Back in 6th was Chris Leftwich, Andrew Lucas in 7th. Jason Palmer, Jeffrey Engel, and Mike Leftwich round out your top 10. Baker Knapp comes home 11th. Orlando Harrell back in 12th. Tyler Millette 13th. Mark Dumont, who is up and over on his lid, brings it home 14th, and Justin McMahon back in 15th. Bill Gentry 16th. Jonathan Jennings 17th. Ty Schoening back in 18th. 19th was Stephen Bonomo and Chad Waller back in 20th. Gary Clune finishes 21st. Michael Dow back in 22nd. Chuck Cobb 23rd. Kevin Brown 24th. Eddie Rivers back in 25th. Gary Ramillo finishes 26th. Lucas Edwards 27th. Adam Green, Daniel Wilkerson, Jason Miz, and Gary Maydew round out the field here tonight at Daytona as we get ready to talk to our top 3. I don't see Richard Leclerc in the chat just yet. We'll give him just a moment more. While we wait a moment, we'll again thank you for joining us, and want to mention our great partners here tonight, including Shoney's, Group 6, Simpson Design Shop, and Fanatics. Of course, all pitching in and helping out with this league here. When it comes to Fanatics, the Doghouse Racing League is an affiliate with Fanatics. They earn commissions when they purchase through the link down below. Those commissions help fund the league, so you can check that out down below in the description. Of course, I want to thank Shoney's. The Tuesday Night Doghouse Racing League is brought to you by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations. Try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, starting with our third place finisher, Richard Leclerc. Richard, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me? Oh, let me unmute you on my side here. There we go. Man, great run for you here tonight. Kind of staying quiet, running at the back, and then being there at the end. Super Speedway racing is one of those things where it's kind of a beast. Where it's almost like I say it all the time, like playing chess at 200 miles an hour. Was that kind of the game plan coming in? Kind of hang out towards the back, try to play middle of the field, save some fuel, stay out of trouble, and be there at the end?
Because did you understand me now?
Yes, I got you.
Okay, I go take it easy, and I don't want to go on the front too fast because I say when I stay on the back and take it easy, my fuel is don't take a fuel, is don't take anything, and my tire is better good, and I ride with precaution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great job for you here tonight, bringing it home on the podium here tonight. And at what point did you realize that you were going to have enough fuel to make it to the end?
I don't understand what you said.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I just want to say thank you for my sponsor. My sponsor is Mark Dumont. The company of South Durham. This is a Mark Dumont company. He's my sponsor. He's a good sponsor. He gave it to me all the. I don't know to say that. Trick something like that. Some plug.
Yes. Well, again, congratulations, Richard. It was a great race, and good luck the rest of the season. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again.
Okay, and I want to say all good driver on this race, and Doghouse is a good league. I love a Doghouse league. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. Have a great night.
You too.
That was Richard Leclerc, our third place finisher. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Jonathan Smith. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
What's up, man?
Man, we didn't talk about you all race long, and all of a sudden you were right there at the end trying to force a race win. Talk about your strategy there. I'm sure, just like Richard, you were kind of running towards the back, saving fuel, trying to stay out of trouble, making sure that the big one didn't happen there in front of you. Was that kind of the strategy coming into tonight, or did you have something else on your mind? Just that was the hand that was dealt to you?
Yeah, me and my partner, teammate Baker Knapp, sitting here discussing it before. If we want to stay back, go to the front. We've tried different strategies here and everything, but the strategy kind of tonight was we had a few drivers we knew that were a little shaky that we saw in practice, so we're like, as long as we stay in front of those guys, we might be okay to avoid a wreck. And fortunately, everybody tonight was fantastic. I mean, a few problems here and there, but that was expected. But no, everybody drove super great, made it really easy for our strategy to work. I didn't expect to get a good run like I did at the end, though. I don't know who was pushing me or who I was pulling up to, but we were fast on those last 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, and it's kind of surprising, Daytona. It's a kind of a beast. You can either run 44 laps completely green, or you can have a caution every 15, 20 laps. When it came down to it, though, it ended up being a fuel mileage race. We saw a bunch of drivers having to come down pit road and take fuel. At what point did you know that you were good enough on fuel to make it to the end?
About lap 16. Me and Baker were sitting there talking about it, and I knew I was about half a lap over what I needed to be, and thought I could maybe hold on to it, which it cut it close. I think I finished with 0.2 in the tank. Ended up running out of fuel on turn 3 after the race was over. But it was strategizing with that, hoping that it would work out, trying to find a draft and pop in and out where I could to try to save some fuel. But no, it worked out really well for us. I know a lot of guys had a pit, and that was pretty fortunate for us. I mean, we got the good end of the stick for that one at least.
Yeah, and coming home on the podium here in second place, and man, a great run for you and your teammate. I know, like I said, there was a couple issues there in the middle of the race that kind of spread the pack out a little bit, but man, you were able to make it work here tonight and get home on the podium. Before we let you go, John, though, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, thank you guys for doing the broadcast. The broadcast is really great. Got to thank Daniel for putting on the league and all the admins in the league that kind of look after it too. I don't know how they do it while they race and keep up with the Discord server and everything we have here, but they do a fantastic job doing that. I thank my wife, who's always very supportive of me doing this virtual racing game. Never complains about it. My teammate Baker and other two guys I couldn't have here tonight, Josh and Eric on Nap Daddy Racing, and new sponsor that we finally got, Engine 4 Coffee Company. It's our new sponsor, so shout out to them. First race with them coming second.
Yeah, good things to come if you can keep that momentum up. But again, congratulations on the podium here tonight, John, and good luck the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a great night. Well, that was John Smith. Let's bring in your race winner tonight. Driver of the 22, Mike Hayes. Mike, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, what a run for you here tonight. Getting the win. Another person I really didn't talk about much at all race long, and all of a sudden you were there at the end making things happen. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the other two guys. The strategy tonight seemed like you were another one that just kind of hung out in the back, saved some fuel, tried to stay out of the carnage that they thought was going to come. It never came, and you got yourself up to the front. Was that kind of the strategy coming in tonight, just kind of laying back, staying out of trouble, keep the nose clean, and be there at the end?
Well, it turned into that. It definitely wasn't the mindset going into tonight. I mean, I don't really got a team in this league, so I kind of ran it solo for this race. So I was going to try to keep it up front for most of the race if I could. But then things sorted out. I kind of got shuffled back to mid-pack somewhere. And, man, that apron, those guys were hitting it, man. It was sketchy for sure, but... yeah, I just kind of fell back to mid-pack, and then I looked down at the fuel, and I saw it was going to be pretty close, so I'm already back there, so I might as well save fuel, and turned out to be a good strategy call, even though I suck at strategy races.
I know that feeling all too well, but man, coming in, see, that's the impressive thing about super speedway racing. A lot of people don't realize that when you don't have teammates to get yourself up to the front, that's an incredible drive for you. I know you had quite a few teammates watching at home and cheering you on. I do see in the chat here. Oh, let's see. You got so many messages here. Got Steve Hayes saying, let's effing go, Michael. Attaboy. Tyler Honeycutt says, hell yeah, Mikey. DJ says, let's go, Mikey. Don't know who that is. It just says panic underscore 24E says, good job, Michael. And DJ says, let's go, Mikey. So there you go. Quite a few shout outs there tonight. How difficult was it being a solo car out there, not having anybody to work with to get up to the front? I don't know who it was that gave you the shove up there. I think it was Richard to get you up there to the front. But was that kind of the mindset, just try to find someone who would tag on and get you back up to the front?
Well, first of all, shout out to all the boys watching. I'm glad they all watched and we put on a show. But yeah, I was just kind of riding the bottom there, coming to like 10 laps to go, and I was thinking like, man, I'm not going anywhere here on the bottom, so I got to hop up. And it was hard to find a hole because it was so tight racing. I definitely would like to go back and watch this broadcast because I don't know how I jumped in the outside line because it was kind of sketchy. But I mean, you got to go.
No, for sure.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was just gonna say the outside lane was the only line that seemed to be prevailing, so had to hop up there eventually.
Yeah, the high side at Daytona, it's a game of inches. It's really risk versus reward up there, especially when you can go 2 and 3 wide up there. But man, a great job getting the win here tonight, especially in a somewhat uneventful night tonight. I know we saw a couple almost wrecks there, and I'm sure watching that unfold in front of you had to give you a little bit of a spook as well.
Yeah, definitely had the butt cheeks clenched at some points in the race for sure, but yeah, all in all, a good race.
Well, it sounds like you're going to need a new pair of underwear after this one, so good job getting the win. Before we let you go, though, Mike, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, again, shout out to all the guys watching. Shout out to the new team that we formed this season, even though most of the guys aren't in this league, but we are across a bunch of different leagues, Ghost Motorsports. Shout out to Doghouse for all these fun races, and as always, shout out to you for broadcasting it.
I appreciate that, Mike. Again, congrats on the race win. Good luck the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you, Josh.
Have a great night.
Too.
There you go, Mike Hayes getting the win here tonight at Daytona in a thriller at the end. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or on Kick. We do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Don't forget to check out our great partners here, including our series sponsors, Shoney's, Group 6, Simpson Design Shop, and Fanatics. Of course, our great race sponsor here tonight, that is Drake's Garage. You can check them out over on YouTube. We put the link down below in the description. Drake's Garage does customizations, welding, auto repair, building projects, custom fabrication, mini trucks, and much, much more. Again, check out the link down below. You can check out the link down below for Fanatics, where you can make a purchase, and using the link down below will help support the league, as they'll earn a commission off of that. Of course, don't forget to check out our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Check out the link down below and figure out which Butt Kicker product is right for you. Of course, our website, intensityracing.com. You can check them out as well, and Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. That's going to do it for us here tonight in the Doghouse Racing League here on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. And as our boy Atman Weiss would say, over and out.